The horror anthology series American Horror Story has had some truly gruesome deaths throughout its 11-year run, but one season has racked up the biggest body count of them all. Under the helm of creator Ryan Murphy, American Horror Story has dished out a variety of kills. Deaths by wood chipper, magician saw, and ritualistic sacrifice are all par for the course when it comes to this eerie series. While it may seem like each American Horror Story season is dripping with its own fair share of death, there is one that manages to outdo them all. Starting in 2011, American Horror Story has featured various haunting stories told by a cast of rotating regulars and powerful guest stars. While the season seemed mostly independent in the beginning, characters began to weave through various installments, revealing an intricately woven plot of murder and horror. When it comes to American Horror Story's deadliest season, there are some serious runners-up in contention. Roanoke and Cult both racked up more than 40 deaths each, featuring their fair shares of true crime-based serial killings. American Horror Story Freak Show's body count also broke the threshold of 40 deaths, factoring in its serial killers as well as its heartbreaking finale, which killed off a large portion of the main cast in a gruesome carnage. Ultimately, the season that wears the crown for the highest body count is American Horror Story Season 10, Double Feature. Broken into two parts, Red Tide and Death Valley, this extraterrestrial season managed to kill off at least 60 characters, including real-life historical figures like Neil Armstrong, Bryce Johnson, Dwight Eisenhower, Neil McDonough, and Richard Nixon, Craig Sheffer, along with many background characters. Series regulars also met their demise throughout Double Feature, including Tuberculosis Karen, Sarah Paulson, Austin Summers, Evan Peters, and Belle Noire, Francis Conroy. Though Double Feature is close to being the shortest season of American Horror Story at only 10 episodes, the bloodbath didn't waste any time. If Red Tide and Death Valley were to be counted as two separate entities, however, it would be American Horror Story Season 9, 1984, that holds the record for the highest death count, with over 50 deaths in the span of 9 episodes.